what's going on, everybody? I will admit this arrived a little bit earlier, a tad bit earlier than I expected, which is that's a nice surprise to come home to after a weird day of work. So Secret Lairs, right? You kind of know what's in them, but I shouldn't even say this time. I'm going to go more into that in a moment. But then they had the Fallout ones, which I was already sold. All right, and I'll talk more about that. They designed some of these for the Fallout fans, and frankly, I love them. I love them. To me, it's a slam dunk. It doesn't matter. Did each of them have necessarily the value that they should have? No, but I wasn't buying them for that. I was buying them because I want to get more Vault Boy artwork stuff. Because I'm fully in. And then, of course, they add the Mana Vault, in which is only... They never really said the odds. At least I haven't seen that anywhere. If anybody has the odds, post it below, actually. I'd love to see what those are. But they never really did, which is not great. I kind of want to post odds. But either way, I wanted these regardless of that. So I know the odds are worse than just the 6 I'm going to open. I know for a fact the odds are worse than that. Obviously, I'm going to hope for the best. But let me state for the record, I wanted these anyway, even if I don't get a Mana Vault. So regardless. There's only one here that I'm actually going to keep sealed. So I am going to put this aside, which is the Ravina Kai in the rainbow foil. Nah, I should open it. I'll think about that one, actually. I keep telling myself, keep this one closed. Because I've talked about this on the channel before. I usually don't buy too many foil Secret Lairs. I like to play with the Secret Lair cards that you can read. And not all of them qualify for that, but I'll admit I often don't buy the ones you can't read. I like playing with them, and so because of that, I like to get the non-foils, because I really don't. I hate curling. I really do. I kind of despise it. I get why it happens. I understand it. Some of it's not even... Seems like it's 100% under control, or... Can it even be under control? I don't know. I'm not an expert in such matters. I just know that because of that, and I kind of do actually the same thing even with regular borderless cards. I prefer to get the non-foils. I like the non-foils. I love borderless treatments. That's part of what I like about Secret Lairs. I love borderless treatments. And I like non-foils most of the time. Non-foils are cool, but I always feel like the artwork's a lot cleaner on the non-foils. The color is correct, and just, I like it. But this is a pretty cool looking ignoble hierarch, I must say. That's pretty neat. Okay, so they don't give you a non-foil one. Okay. Either way, that's pretty cool. Obviously, looking at the card, how am I supposed to tell what it does? There's a tap symbol on his... That's hilarious. There's his type. Oh, yeah, that sucker is hard to read, but that is funny. Yeah, he's got a little fist on there with, the tattoos, and yeah, that's cool. All right, ignoble hierarch. So I'm going to do the Fallout ones last, because why wouldn't I? Actually, I just kind of took the pile. Thank you for spending money. So, this was the kind of neat artwork. And I'll admit, I didn't necessarily want to buy all these, but the way they designed the bundles, it just kind of made sense to get them all. Since I was going to get all the Fallout ones, and the Ravina Kai one. So, in the case of the Phoebe Wall one, I didn't necessarily care about it, but in the bundle, it made sense. So, okay, so this is that, what do they call this? Yeah, the dioramas. So, we get the Gravebreaker. Aura Shards, which is the value card, and plus their artwork is great. Or the diorama that they took a picture of. Fiend Artisan. I don't even know what the secret card is. Carador. Nettle Sentinel. Wait. Extended Art Nettle Sentinel? That feels weird. Extended Art Foil Nettle Sentinel. So now they're moving into other cards on beyond the slivers, which is fine. But I think that is an area that I think needs to be greater discussed because there's currently a lot of anger out there about the mana vaults, it seems. Because now they've made Secret Lairs into a randomized prize pack cracking experience, which these are always supposed to be, you buy the card, you get the one, you get these cards, right? But they've been kind of doing this for a while, actually. Like if you've checked where did it really start? I feel like it started when they first released the, what were they? What did they call those? Like the prototype artifact and lands, they kind of were. They had a reliquary tower. They had Swiftfoot boots, in really cool artwork that almost looked a bit schematic-ish, almost like prototype-ish, right? They were neat. And those then carried a decent, they still do carry a decent premium. Like, I'd love to get that reliquary tower, but I'm unwilling to pay $20 for a reliquary tower. If that's even where it's at right now, I'll admit I haven't looked in months. But then they started doing Shadowborn Apostles and Persistent Petitioners randomly that are actually really hard to pull in neat artwork. And some of them cost a lot. So they've been doing this for a while now. Plus they did some, the extended art slivers, in which some were clearly better than others. And it seemed like the ones that were worse were way easier to get. So another Gravebreaker. Or a Shards and Foil. The foiling seems good this time. Actually, they seem really good. What's the deal? Did I buy the right ones for a change? Fiend Artisan and Foil. Carador. Alright, let's see what we get. Okay. Jaspera Sentinel. So, they just did a whole bunch of elves that are Sentinels? Alright. Those two seem to work together pretty well. Seems to be a pretty good combo. Get off there. Is that damage? Yeah, it's... looks like the cutter wasn't sharp enough. Okay, whatever. Phoebe Wall. I don't mind getting one of these because I think the Alela is it's a pretty good Alela treatment. The rest of this particular layer, well, there's a reason why this particular layer did not sell out. Sword of Plowshares, one of its 1,000 artworks it has. Fairy Artisans. Yeah, I don't like this one. This artist subjective. Let me state that for the record. I don't like this one. Dockside Chef. Okay. Alela, which is I do like that Alela, but Door of Destinies. That's right. That was the value hit in this one. Totally forgot about that. And another Nettle Sentinel. Weird. They went full bore into the Sentinels here. But yeah, they've been doing for Secret Lairs. They've been doing the chase hidden card now for like a hot minute. Oh, did the Viscera Seers that they did with the reverse numbers on. Like they've been doing this for a minute. Like the just doing it on a Mana Vault isn't new, folks. It isn't new. Although I really do want one. And I think that's what it is in the end, right? Is like, I don't care about Persistent Petitioners and Shadowborn Apostles at all. And I have a feeling there's a lot of other people that are kind of in that same umbrella. But like a lot of people care about the Fallout stuff. So really it's just a greater impact of popularity of the product that's doing it. I think it was actually kind of a neat concept to do that myself. Provides an extra layer of fun or disappointment opening it. But you got to go into it with the right mind. Fact is, the odds are low, even though we don't know what the odds are. Shaman of the Pack. So another elf shaman. We're just doing a whole bunch of elves. Loses life equal to the number of elves you control. All right, I've never seen that elf before myself. That's a pretty killer elf. All right, so what's this one? Oh, yeah, that's right. This is the tarot card one, which was the first to sell out, which was wild to me. I think they're neat, but I was surprised. Is it Irala, Archmage Ritualist, which It's kind of funny looking at his cards. I know that, look, they're Secret Lair cards, right? So it's all about the artwork in the end. It's all about the card design in the end. It's all about the look of it. It's all about being way different. Yes, this card, it's hard to tell what colors they are, and true. But not everything Secret Lairs wise is about legibility. It's about making the cards really neat. So some people like, some people don't like. I don't like every single one that's ever come out. I think some of them have been dumb, and there's been entire drops I did not order because I was just like, I like one of them kinda, and that's not enough for me to make a purchase. Aether Vial, Arcane Signet, like they look so similar. Like don't those look so similar? To be fair, I'm probably going to slide that in a deck. I don't know which one yet. And Sword of the Animist, which is not a bad little reprint right there. And a Sketch Arcane Signet. Oh, that's... Really? And that means I assume that all the foil one, you're going to get a foil Sketch Arcane Signet. Oh well. Oh well. Well, it's time, folks. I'm gonna stack these things up, because who cares? It's time for us to hunt for some mana vaults. It's what I've been waiting for. I'm really glad they arrived. Let me be clear, again, for the record, I am fully prepared to be 100% disappointed. And I still won't be fully disappointed because I really liked these Secret Lairs. Really happy they did it. Oh, yeah. So like take the special one here. So one for each of the what are they called? Strength, perception, endurance. Let's see. Oh, charisma, intelligence, agility, and luck, which are the main components of your skill set or your in the Fallout world. So they have one where they labeled after each, and then they very much took artwork, seemingly, except with a character, but seemingly from Fallout Shelter, which is, I think, kind of neat in the end. And telling you what each of the characteristics are. Propaganda, so we got Piper there. Piper's hearing it all. She is, in fact, the reporter. High perception skill. Elixir of Immortality. Yep. Consul's Judgment. That makes sense as a charisma card. Makes a lot of sense. Oh, it wouldn't have made sense, but they could have... Yeah, no, this makes sense in the end, but I'm like, God, expropriate would have been but then it doesn't make sense to the endurance side, whereas Elixir of Immortality does. Darn! Demon-wise, they did well. Idyllic Tutor. Looks like that's Dr. Madison Lee. I forgot that guy's name. We're the Brotherhood. Is that Lions? I think so. Elder Lions. Yeah, that's Elder Lions. Anger. Is that Kellogg? I feel like that's Kellogg. That has to be Kellogg. Lightning Bolt, of course, and we got Preston Garvey there. Oh! Oh. We have a waste. Yeah, 0 for 1. I still think the waste is great. He's just out there, baking in the radiation. Shades on. War going on around him. I don't know if anybody... I know people do. Honest trailers. At one point, say the line! And then war never changes. Yay! I got a kick out of that. because it's true. We all wanted to hear it. Of course they're going to say it. And I got to waste times two. I just kind of cut right to the... You know what? I'm not even going to open this one right now. I don't see a point of doing that. Making the video take longer. I'll just open it afterwards. You already know what's in there. It's just the foil copies. Or do we care about looking at the foil copies? Do we care? I mean, do you care? Obviously, I'm talking to a pre-recorded video here, so like I'm not going to get an answer. That's cool. That's two ways, though. Maybe you care. Say the line. All right. So foil Steel Shaper's Gift. Yeah, I don't remember them ever using the term rainbow foil before, and obviously they've called a lot of foils rainbow foils, but like, did they do a different foiling process? It seems like they did versus other Secret Lairs. They look really good. They look sharp. Yeah, these are nice. All right. Hey, for once I buy foils and I'm happy with them. Wild. Okay. All right, let's do the points of interest. I thought this was an awesome Secret Lair. Once again, like from the YouTube content creator community, this one was met with some not so happy, and I can't help but to look at it and be like, oh, this one was great. I don't know what we're talking about. I don't know what we're talking about anymore. We're clearly not all on the same page. And obviously, I'm small time, but this was a killer Secret Lair. It's full of playables. That's in the end, isn't that what you want? That's what I want. Here we go. Okay. All right. Well, let's do the thing. Well, I got plenty of ways to put in my Eldrazi deck. Not that I ever play my Eldrazi deck, but it's there. Okay, come on, open sesame. Sheesh. What'd you glue this with? There we go. I mean, super playable. Do you know how many decks I have Bajuka Bogs in? And that's great. He's unfortunately, it's a polluted swampland, and he's thinking command beacons. Excellent. You have a Voltron commander? You have a commander that truly is kind of the engine of the deck? You might want a command beacon. Fabled Passage. I know I've briefly mentioned this on the channel before. But I've kind of been slowly buying up a bunch of the old bordered foil Fabled Passages that were like the game store exclusive card or whatever, the handout thing. I've been slowly buying up a bunch of those, and I think Fabled Passage is just a extremely good addition to pretty much every commander deck known to man. Reflecting Pool. By the way, I love that he's got the teleporter there. That's great. It's very science themed. Got a Mr. Gutsy. Assuming that's dog meat. Reflecting Pool. First time we've had a super mutant in any... Well, no, I shouldn't say it. That's... Wait, no. They did Lily Bowen. They did... Yeah, never mind. Never mind. Still. So it's, it's hanging on the diving board of what is probably the FEV virus. And Reliquary Tower. That's a 10 pennies tower. He's got the cocktail. He's got his suit on. So that's kind of cool. All right. I have so much trash after opening Secret Lairs. I might have... Nah. Part of me wants to keep these boxes, but at the same time, I'm like, where? Wow, I am... I mean, there is another card to get, isn't there? Okay. I mean, even besides the Mana Vault. Yeah, the Mana Vault is going for some crazy money at this time. I'm not surprised. The combination between Fallout fandom, super hard to get, exclusive treatment, super popular EDH card. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah, the foiling. They did a good job this time. Good job, Wizards. Good job. I love the 10 penny tower one. I do. I am super amused by that. Just hanging out there all dressed up like... it's so good. So good. And then, of course, this one was the best value of the group. I will admit the points of interest was my favorite one. Because again, all 5 of those cards are super playable. I'm going to defend that one till ever. Till ever. Ooh, that got a little beat up. But at least I got the other card. So Codex Shredder. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, it's Codex Shredder, of course. And you got the Death Claw, Shred-O-Matic, feeding papers too, because he is shredding things. You got a little imperfect corner there, unfortunately. And of course, you had Vault Boy Cap Collector. Personally, I do not love that they decided to come out with a Vault Boy card and they made him Grand Arbiter Augustin. Just because I'm not playing with a Stacks deck. And I'm like, oh. But it's still awesome. It's still great. Spear of Resistance. Churn of Spear. And Winter Orb. Like that one that's the one that's considered the home run. Even though that's the one I'm most excited about. All right, we are last shot at Glory, which I don't think is going to come. But whatever. Whatever. Well, let's just go right to it. Codex Shredder. Well, I did not get the Mana Vault. Not surprised. Not surprised. You guys know me. Since when do I ever pull stuff like that for myself? If I had opened these for patrons, we would have pulled 3. that's how it works around here. Well, let me be clear. I'm really happy I pulled them fire. There was a conversation about that the other day in Discord. And I'll admit I was kind of like, you know what? I would like to pull something like that event myself eventually, I'll admit. But I'm glad I'm pulling them for patrons. But for once, I would love to get one for me. It was met with laughter. Yeah, the foiling. Good job. Turn a Spear. I love that. It's so good. Obviously, he's holding the Winter Orb, right? But it's straight out of Fallout 4. So good. Okay. So that's going to do it. I decided, because the additional card, we already know what it is, I decided I'm not going to open this. I wasn't going to open this. I'm going to keep this one for a different thing altogether. Personally, because I don't care about the Ravine Akai. Like, I don't love that treatment myself, and a lot of people do. So I'm keeping the foil one sealed myself and keeping those cards for me. So that's going to do it. Thank you for watching. Unfortunately, we struck out today on, the Mana Vault, but those are super rare. They are hard to get. People have opened, there's been a lot of them opened and not very many pulled, so they definitely made it a chase card. Which, love it or hate it, it's a thing. As I've said in the past, you don't need that treatment to play the game. Now, you might love the treatment, you might really want it. Unfortunately, you may not want to shell out $800 to get a copy. I'm not going to, even though I'd love to have one. But I don't need that version to play with a Mana Vault, right? Thing to keep in mind there. So sometimes we have to control our FOMO a little bit. You can't have everything unless you, can afford everything, in which case then go nuts. If you can't afford everything, well, then accept that you won't have everything. Wizards has to make product move. They're in the business of moving product. What helps move product? Chase cards. It's a fact of life. Whether or not you like it, it does not matter. I think it's cool, and I'm not upset I didn't get one. I actually would have been extraordinarily surprised if I did. So I'm more of like, yeah, that's about right. And I'm going to put these ways to use. Codex Shredder, I don't care. I do like the artwork, though. That's cool. All right, I'll see you. Bye.